Hey guys, this is Sub-Auteurs, and this week we'll be talking about what may happen in the future. Dun dun dun!
So bad.
Oh man. Does anybody get the feeling that we're just living the prequel to something horrible?
Yes. In unison, yes.
It's like every day something gets worse somehow. Like the universe finds a new way to disappoint you every day.
Uh-huh.
That's how bad 2020 was. It started with the fires in the Amazon. Then,
Holy crap, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that was just this year.
Right. The Taal explosion where like some parts of Metro Manila were like
the first
covered
wave
in
of
ash.
cancelled flights.
Oh
Right.
That was the first wave of cancelled flights.
Exactly. And ta-da, coronavirus, here we are. And how many months? We are past 100 days of quarantine already. We currently have the strictest quarantine in the world, but our numbers are still going up. So
what are we at now? We're at 100 days? 100
More
days
than
now?
100 days. Yeah.
More than 100.
Forgive us for sounding a little bit crazy, but
Yeah.
It's true though. I mean, it's enough to drive anyone crazy at this point. I'm surprised like no purge has happened at this point.
Don't give the universe ideas. Please don't give the universe ideas.
So anyway, because of this topic that we are, this discussion that we're having, we've decided to talk about our favorite Nobody followed up.
Were we supposed to?
Sorry, I
thought
thought
you knew what you were doing.
We were just waiting for you to say it.
Our favorite post-apocalyptic movies. There
we go.
Woo!
The world outside is as messy as our intro. Or messier.
Good save. Banana.
It's a good reflection of whatever's going on. We are going crazy, and we're probably just gonna die.
Okay, so if we had to, assuming that all of this is leading to some kind of an apocalypse,
which we hope is not.
Which we hope it's not. But if it were, which post-apocalypse do you want to end up in?
Parang wala.
I actually have... Meron! I was actually thinking that Wall-E is a post-apocalyptic film.
Ooh, okay.
So
that's a good one.
It's not the worst that could happen. We're just all going to migrate to space and we're all just going to be fat and be fed by machines. That's not so bad.
I can live with
it. It's not so bad.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about it is I think they serve pizza in a cup in that world.
I don't remember that, but why would you do such a thing?
Because they had the technology to liquefy food, so they liquefied
all their food. They were drinking it like out of big gulp cups or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I would disagree.
That's so sad, but
I love pizza.
At least we're not dying. We're just really fat and lazy.
Right, and we all have hover chairs.
Yeah, but I think the essence, I think that movie is so good because in that reality, that reality in essence, I think what the movie was trying to portray or the message they were trying to send out was siguro how important human connections were, which was ironic because the ones who encouraged human connection were robots, basically human creations. It's one of my favorite.
It's amazing.
movies.
Yeah, and it's amazing how Pixar was able to really humanize these two robots. They're actually really more human than the actual humans in the movie.
They are. And I think a lot of that can be attributed to the sound design because I don't remember if he was completely in charge of it.
Eva. Why?
Impressions! Yes!
But
no, I was going to say that the sound designer for WALL-E who helped WALL-E talk was Ben Burt, the same sound designer of Star Wars, whom helped R2-D2 talk.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So if you watch...
Could you say that WALL-E and R2 and C3 are cousins?
Does that make them
I see where you went.
I had to squeeze that in. I'm sorry. All about cousins?
Cousin.
Yes, you could say there's some kind of ohana.
Ohana? Ohana means family. Sorry, okay, let's go. Let's continue.
Okay, sorry. Going back.
No, I mean, even the sound, going back to the sound design, it actually made an Epis, a cockroach, sound cute. And it
because
looks cute. I mean, everybody, we all hate cockroaches. But in the movie, they were actually pretty cute because of the sound design and also the design itself. But they're still cockroaches. But
they made like the first 40 minutes. The first 40 minutes of that movie are essentially a silent film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
Pretty much.
There was so much emotion.
Yung magugulat ka na lang tapos biglang may dialogue na nung may tao na.
Exactly.
It's like,
right. It's like, there's people in this movie.
It wasn't Eve also designed by the guy who designed the MacBook? The iBook? Was it the iBook at that time? I don't know.
Seriously?
She does look like an Apple product.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
even the LED lights.
Sleek she is. Yeah,
right.
She does look like an Apple product.
I'm gonna Google that right now.
Yay!
Okay.
Oh, your internet works today, does it?
It's been working. It's been working. For the past 2 weeks, you were the one who kept logging off.
That is true. That is true.
Nah.
Apple's designer actually helped design Wall-E's Eve robot. So
that's cool.
Cool.
So Andrew Stanton,
that's the director.
The more I started describing it, the more I realized I was pretty much describing the Apple Playbook design.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot remember what an Apple Playbook looks like.
Okay, so Apple's lead designer Jonathan Ive. Ive. How do you say that? I don't know. Ive, I guess.
Is that why she's called Eve?
Probably. Who is credited as designer of the Mac, iPod, and iPhone, was referred to Pixar for a day via request of Steve Jobs.
And he just actually... That's right, because Steve Jobs owned Pixar for a while. No, he owned it. He still owned it.
They still own it.
Yeah, they still do. No, they sold it to Disney.
Okay.
They did.
Or Disney... Oh, something like that. One of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet exists, people. Use it. Y'all can Google yourselves.
No, I don't want to Google myself. That would be narcissistic.
Very nice. Okay.
Anyway.
That's an interesting one. Pero with me, parang hirap eh. Post-apocalyptic nga. Ang hirap isipin. Ang hirap isipin like, where you would want to be in. So that was very interesting.
That's the impression kasi of post-apocalyptic is like when everything turns into shit and people have to like fight for scraps or their lives or whatever. That's usually what people show. But I don't know. Well, he was very optimistic. Not really optimistic. I mean, it's still bad. The earth was turned into this huge garbage dump.
Overly polluted.
And the people barely knew what plants looked like anymore. That's why the little plant, the seedling that Eva was carrying was such a important part of the movie.
Yeah.
Was that, oh my gosh, plant, life,
the main theme. And then even, like the disconnect of people with each other. So they never spoke with each other in person.
Dude, that's happening now.
Which is, sadly happening now.
You two haven't even met.
Oh my God. I know. That's so messed up.
Again, we have not disproved yet that Anjo is a hand puppet.
I could be in Misha's other wall. With his hand
Misha's hand could be up your...
Don't finish that sentence.
So Misha wanted to play this game. So let's see who gets awkward first.
So, post-apocalyptic, huh?
There is no shortage of movies for post,
Oh, not at all. But I think what...
Go ahead.
No, I think what MJ said makes some kind of sense. That the thing about post-apocalyptic movies is that they, in forcing humanity to survive or to learn how to start from scratch or whatever it is, right? It forces them to figure out what's most important to them, And in this case, human connection or even just doing things for themselves absolutely was the heart of that movie. That's why I love WALL-E, honestly. You can watch it all the way to the credits. It's still good. What the hell was that? That was... Oh, I thought it was E.T. for a second. Wait. But you know what actually looks kind of like a fun post-apocalyptic future that a lot of films took their cue from moving forward was Mad Max. Seriously, because like that whole thing where everybody's got, remnants of society in the form of maybe their cars or some of their attire or, the way they live, their societies. It's all Mad Max.
That's
and they got some cool cars. Exactly, cars.
I don't know. It's kind of cool, but also kind of scary. Like how some of them turned into savages.
I guess. But
I mean, like,
savages.
It was so lawless.
Dago. I love Mad Max, but you remember Fury Road? That was awesome.
Of course, that was great.
That's the only one I've seen. Sorry,
it's all good.
I've seen the first one when I was a kid. I also saw the Tina Turner movie, the one with Tina Turner in it,
right? Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah. But I have to watch those movies again.
The second one is excellent. The first one is like, because like the first one didn't really commit to the idea of a post-apocalypse yet. So like he actually starts the series as a cop. Like they still had cops. So I don't understand where the first one fits. No, it's just like in every movie his car gets trashed too. So there's like very loose continuity.
He didn't even have a car in Fury Road.
He did for like the first 2 minutes.
Monster truck looking things. Creepy. But I've only seen the Fury Road one, but were they also essentially set in like deserts or were they different?
It's supposed to be, I think, Australia, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's where they shot them.
Australia. Because the director is Australian.
And
so
like
Mel Gibson's Australian. Quote unquote. Right.
He's like he's an American who grew up in Australia, but he came back. That makes sense, right? Yeah. But the whole Mad Max thing, the director of Happy Feet, ladies and gentlemen, and Babe. Babe the guy.
Oh, wow. Babe.
Babe 1 and 2.
Babe.
And Almost Justice League. No, but he based the first Mad Max on his experiences as a field medic or an ambulance medic. So he would see these horrible, horrible traffic accidents and the victims and all that. And somehow it inspired him to make movies where people get into horrible vehicular accidents, mostly on purpose.
Wow.
That's an interesting topic. I mean, like, let me write a movie.
So
about car crashes.
What's his message? Don't drink and drive.
I don't actually know.
What's his message?
I want to say that there's some kind of moral in these movies in Mad Max, but as far as I can tell, the only one would be similar to WALL-E, I guess, that there's always hope, even when it looks hopeless. But another funny thing about post-apocalyptic movies, or even like shows like The Walking Dead or whatever, I don't know if you guys know this, but gasoline expires. Gasoline expires after like a few months. So what are those cars running on?
What? I never noticed this.
I think it was established in Fury Road that they were still running on gasoline, I think.
In every one of these post-apocalyptic scenarios, the cars are always running. They look like crap, but the cars are always running. But again, gasoline expires. So who the hell is making this stuff in a post-apocalyptic wasteland? I honestly don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe the zombies are making it. I don't know.
It's fiction.
Maybe it's zombie blood.
Zombie blood.
So we're counting zombies for post-apocalyptic movies.
I think
definitely.
Yeah, that's true. Would you want to... If zombies popped up tomorrow, number one, none of us would be surprised at this point. But number two, I think you would count it as an apocalypse.
Okay, it would be.
Zombie apocalypse, they call it that.
So, what if, I don't know.
Would you be ready though?
I'm not. Definitely not.
I mean, judging from all the zombie films we've watched or all the zombie games we've played, would you be ready? I'm totally not ready. We don't have any firearms here at home.
Same.
You don't want firearms. You want bladed
I only have a
weapons.
freaking Nerf gun. I want a bow and arrow.
I can imagine Angela trying to nerf a zombie.
Not happening.
I wouldn't even have the cardiovascular strength to run. You know what I mean? We've been stuck at home for so long, and a lot of us haven't been working on our cardio, so we're fucked. And it's one of the first rules in Zombieland, cardio.
That is true.
God.
You know what?
See, we are walling. We're all stuck at home. We're not getting exercise.
That's true. We're all obsessed with our little video devices.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew's been drinking liquid pizza.
Yeah. Oh, that's gross. That's disgusting. I can't. By the way, I make good pizza. I've been making pizza since the lockdown, and it's been good. I've
Never
been getting
bring me
good
pizza.
reviews.
I would like some pizza.
I'll make you pizza. Anyway, so since we've moved on to zombie movies, probably my favorite post-apocalyptic / zombie movie would be Danny Boyle's 28 Days Later.
Oh, damn.
Which was
good choice.
Which was really good. I don't know. There's just something about how Cillian Murphy portrayed his character and how Danny Boyle built the world.
I really enjoyed that. Seeing all those empty London streets.
Yep.
I should see it again.
It was so ironic that they were going to... They were supposed to be protected by these soldiers, you know, who were supposed to be there to protect the civilians, but they ended up being the real monsters in that movie.
Haha!
Which is pretty amazing because they wanted to rape. Yeah, I don't know.
This is oddly familiar.
Right? No, there's just something so human about all the characters that were written in that story.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
What's the name of that guy who portrayed Professor Moody? Like the father of the kid.
Oh, shoot. Gleason. Something Gleason, wasn't it?
His character is actually one of my favorites in that movie.
Isn't he like the dad of... Wait, hold on. Here we go. Google time.
Domhnall Gleeson. No.
Right. But isn't that his kid who was Bill Weasley? His kid was Bill Weasley.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. He is Bill Weasley. What am I talking about?
Yeah, that was his kid.
Yes. And he was also that idiot in that last Star Wars trilogy.
Ooh. Interestingly enough, about something more on the technical side of this, when Danny Boyle shot 28 Days Later, it was actually the first movie that was released that was completely shot in digital.
Are you serious?
Oh, really?
That he shot that entire movie using digital cams. Because at that point, digital cams were frowned upon by directors and studios because I think they were still using primarily film for the industry at that time. But it was such a big thing for them because they didn't even use pro-level cameras to shoot that movie. That's why it looks so different. Or something so different. All the blacks were crushed if you look at it.
Right,
the
because
tones weren't all there.
That was the early 2000s and a lot of the pro-grade digital cameras. I noticed the image was kind of flat. The color was flat for all those days.
So if you noticed all the shots, like no matter how good your DOP or your cinematographer would be, he'd have to work around the limitations of back then digital cameras. So there.
Very nice.
It was good. It added to some of the, you know, how dark the movie was. You know, like that world. What would happen to humanity should it try to survive on its own? Or what would happen if somebody tries to infect rage on a person and that rage spreads? Because essentially those zombies were created through rage because, you know, of those environmentalists, those activists, those human rights activists.
What did you think of the second one?
Sorry, I don't know.
That says a lot already.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Go
ahead. It was fun. If you like violent and you know if you like violent movies and a lot of action in movies, but the story wise wasn't so. It wasn't up to par as the first one. You know? They
rarely are.
They rarely are. Except for Empire Strikes Back, but then that's a different story.
And The Godfather 2, that's another episode.
So there. 28 Days Later is probably my favorite post-apocalyptic movie.
Damn.
Maybe, I don't know.
Good
There's
choice.
so much. There's so much good post-apocalyptic movies na rin. There's no shortage of it. Because nobody thought it would actually happen.
I have a stupid question. What would you do if The Purge started tomorrow?
Fuck.
You would do that? That's your priority? This is what you would do first in a purge.
I would hide. I would hide in my house.
Yeah. Bolt your doors and everything. Stay away from windows. Jesus.
That movie is so fucked up. That's not even post-apocalyptic. That's just, a totalitarian type movie. I don't know. Post-totalitarian type movie. Is it? Should we call it that? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just weird.
But I feel like it's still post-apocalyptic because that's what humanity has been reduced to. Like we can't afford to all live peacefully anymore. And that's just probably political unrest, which is also could be an apocalypse in itself, like, World War III or whatever.
Oh, that's just
kind
dreary.
of like in the same league. Yeah. Man, guys, the future is bleak.
Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is.
This episode is depressing.
Not if you like WALL-E, though.
Oh,
so
because WALL-E's cute.
WALL-E's
yeah,
cute.
I mean, that's the best case scenario in our situation.
You know what? What other post-apocalyptic movie that I actually... But it was a really bad movie.
Six String Samurai. Please say Six String Samurai.
No, I was going to say Waterworld.
Are you serious?
Waterworld was fun for me. I watched it as a
Mad
kid.
Max on the water.
Exactly.
What the hell, man?
Dude, the guy had gills. I love to swim. Like, I love the beach. I love the water. I love swimming. At some point, I wish I could just dive in the water and just
you do
stay
like
there
drinking
forever.
your own pee.
Ew.
The fuck? Where did that come from?
Waterworld.
I'm not Bear Grylls.
Your favorite movie.
Oh yeah,
That's how he was surviving, right? He was drinking his own pee.
He didn't think about filtering salt water instead, though.
I know. He decided to filter pee. Maybe there was more proteins in the pee. I don't know.
There's more ammonia in pee. No, but I don't know. That movie was fun.
Episode never mind. I don't want to spoil it.
Go say it. What show first? What show?
No, you can't. I know what you're gonna say. You can't say that.
No, I won't. I can't say that. I won't say it. It's a really big spoiler. Never mind.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Okay. Anyway, just message us privately.
Pee. Well, Nisha knows what I'm talking about. So
you know what? I think even if it wasn't on any particular show that we're not naming, drinking pee is still generally gross. Unless that's your thing, in which case there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Tell that to Bear Grylls.
Tell that to Betty White in Community. Betty White in Community.
Betty White is the best, man.
I know. Asking her students to drink her urine. Anyway. Well,
you know what? I was taking a drink while you were saying that.
I don't want to know what you were drinking.
How does it taste?
It's blueberry, so it tastes like blueberry.
Ammonia.
This conversation is golden. Moving on.
Moving
on. One of the most popular posts. Christ Almighty! One of the most popular post-apocalyptic movies of all time is the Planet of the Apes. And
that's a good one. The original one or the remake?
Oh, that's the thing.
I don't like monkeys.
The one with Marky Mark.
Wait. Hold on.
First of all, I don't like monkeys.
Right.
Second, if they start talking and acting like humans, that makes it even creepier.
Why don't you like monkeys? Like cousins.
What the hell, boy? What the heck?
I don't know. It just freaks me out sometimes how human they look.
I think that's the point.
That's the point. That's why it's creepy. So the Planet of the Apes movies have always creeped me out. No matter how good they are, I'm still like, I
agree. I completely agree.
So unsettling. I think that's why it works. They're the most similar animals to humans at this point. So it's
that's why the first one was so effective, because it's got these astronauts, right? The first Planet of the Apes film, it came out in the 60s. And it has these astronauts that crash land on this planet after, years in hibernation on their spaceship.
They didn't age, right? Because they were in cryostasis.
Right. They were in stasis or something. And they find that they're on a planet with sentient apes who run the place, and humans are wild animals, and the apes, when they find out that these creatures from space can talk, they don't want them to be loose in the general population because they don't want the people to know that, oh my God, there's humans that can actually speak. And it's only at the end where, with one of the most famous twist endings in cinema, and it's been 53 or 54 years at this point. I don't think I'm spoiling it for anybody. The remaining astronaut finds out that he was on Earth the whole time, and that they'd actually managed to travel into the future somehow. And this is where humanity is headed because they all blew each other to bits as the monkeys took over and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So that movie was just, with its twist ending, that was, the screenplay was written by Rod Serling, who created The Twilight Zone. He's the one who came up with that twist ending because the book that the movie was based on did not end that way.
I'm curious, how did it end in the book?
It ended with the astronaut escaping. He escaped with a monkey friend, I think. And then a monkey friend, as you do.
Yeah, I'll just call my monkey friend later.
He sets no, it's not Abu. I'm sorry. Not all monkeys are Abu. Okay, that's just racist. Not all monkey friends are Abu.
No, I was just thinking it could be a prequel to Aladdin, but never.
What's the monkey's name? Amy. Good.
No.
Have you seen Congo, the talking monkey? Amy. Good.
That movie is so bad, but I cannot stop watching it. You know why?
It's great.
Because
I love
Congo has Tim Curry and Bruce Campbell in it. Those are reasons to watch that movie.
Bruce Campbell dies so quickly there.
Yeah, but then you have Tim Curry just Tim Currying it up. So how can you not?
I think his name was like
some crazy Russian thing.
No, it wasn't a Russian. It was an Eastern European name. I think he was from Transylvania or something. I don't know, or Romania.
You just wanted to do the accent, didn't you?
Yes, I did. But his name was so funny in that movie, though.
And Tim Curry is gold in anything, really.
Yeah, even in Charlie's Angels.
Yes, he was in a sumo suit.
Oh my God, yes.
He was in that.
He was
and he was Nigel Thornberry.
Yes, he was.
Back to Abu. So he blasts off into space. He hijacks, like, the monkeys are planning their first space flight. He steals a spaceship and plots a course for Earth. But when he lands the spaceship on Earth, he finds that he is in a society of apes. So yeah, the book ending was not much better. I think the movie did it better by shocking you, especially since it came out in the 60s when everyone was afraid of being blown up by nuclear weapons.
Cold War.
It really struck people to the point that they made 3-4 sequels. And then Tim Burton tried to remake the first movie in 2001, and that was really bad.
Yeah.
With Mark Wahlberg. And that was really bad.
His wife was in it. She was the monkey friend.
Oh, right. Yeah, she was.
Ex-wife.
That's right. Bellatrix Lestrange was the monkey friend.
Yes, ex-wife. Sorry,
Helena Bonham Carter.
I love her,
herself. Wait.
I love her.
No, wait.
Well,
in every movie.
She plays herself in every movie.
Even when she's a monkey.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Paul Giamatti was a monkey. Paul Giamatti was like some kind of monkey in that movie. I don't think he needed much makeup.
Oh my
God. But, okay, so that remake was kind of crap, which is really why I like the recent trilogy, the Rise of the Planet of the Apes, that shows how they became smart in the first place. And you know what? It was Draco Malfoy's fault.
Was it? What? I have to watch it.
It was. He was like the security guard in the lab, was abusing the monkeys. Not what you're thinking, Anjo. He was abusing them physically. Okay, that still sounded wrong.
Nobody was thinking that. Nobody was thinking that, Misha.
He's Draco Malfoy. Would you trust him with your monkeys?
No.
That sounds
because he's Draco Malfoy.
Exactly. With his amazing receding hairline and terrible American accent. But yes.
That's
well, Misha has a thing for calling out ugly people on this podcast. Or calling people ugly.
Okay, I did not call Paul Giamatti ugly, okay? For all you know, he could have been a handsome gibbon. You
Abu?
Assumed I was saying he was ugly.
Okay, fine. Sure.
But the last 3 Planet of the Apes films that showed how humanity eventually descended into wildness, into wildity, into wild, dumb, hell, I don't know.
Into savagery. I don't know.
I like that. Into savagery. Right.
Yeah.
Savagery is good.
Or
and how the apes became increasingly intelligent. They were done very, very well. They weren't cheesy. They weren't cheap. They weren't exploitative. They were really, I'm with MJ on this one. They were really freaking scary.
It was so unsettling, really, because it's like, it's so possible.
Because they look so real.
It all starts with Caesar. Caesar is free.
We are one Draco Malfoy away from Planet of the Apes, and I don't want to live there.
Yeah, but in this case, it's bats, right?
Oh, man. Why'd you gotta do that?
Sorry. I just had to. It was right there. So intelligent bats are scarier because they can fly. That's fucked up.
Even stupid bats can fly, Anjo.
Imagine intelligent blood-sucking bats who can fly. That's fucking scary.
It's kind of cool, though, in a way.
What?
I mean,
no.
Essentially vampires.
Essentially vampires.
But they don't sparkle.
That is not a vampire. Twilight vampires are not vampires.
No,
I'm sorry, Pasha. I'm sorry, Pasha, but no.
Fuck Twilight. I mean, like,
and we're back to Twilight.
They ruined what Bram Stoker wrote. They ruined what Bram Stoker wrote. They ruined what Anne Rice wrote, and they ruined werewolves.
They ruined werewolves.
I would gladly take Kate Beckinsale, Celine from
Underworld,
from Underworld, and put her in the Twilight universe and have her kill all the vampires there. Like,
how about Blade? I would pay to see Blade in the Twilight universe.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Right?
Or just send Buffy in there. I would love to see Buffy kick the shit out of all those vampires.
Ooh,
Buffy's awesome.
And Faith. Faith and Buffy.
Yes. Eliza Dushku.
Oh, what happened to her?
Eliza Dushku? Oh, wow. She stopped acting for a while because she was on this TV show where she was being sexually harassed.
Is it Dollhouse?
Oh,
no, it can't be Dollhouse.
No, it's not Dollhouse. That was like one season with Joss Whedon, who's got his own Me Too problems right now. But this one is...
Really? Oh my God.
What's his Me Too problem?
His ex-wife or his wife wrote this long essay about how he was emotionally abusive.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's why it's like the biggest irony that this guy who supposedly writes strong, empowered female characters, right, is actually very belittling and whatnot. Or reductive in his estimation of them. So think about it. What's the last thing you saw that he did since Justice League?
Man, I'm a fan of Firefly.
I love Firefly. I love Buffy. I love the first Avengers movie. But you know what? It is what it is.
Oh, that's so sad.
I would even say I like. I mean, like, man, that's terrible news.
Eliza Dushku, apparently, she was being emotionally, verbally, sexually harassed on the show. What was her show? Was it Bull? I think it was Bull or whatever it was.
Oh, that's Bull.
And apparently, the head of the network sided with the star who was doing it, so she couldn't do anything. So she left, and she wrote an opinion piece, a couple of opinion pieces about it, exposing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow, people suck.
That sucks, man.
People suck.
Damn, that sucks. That's bullshit.
Yeah, people deserve these post-apocalyptic.
Those people
scenarios.
deserve to be in the purge.
They do. Yeah. They really do.
Purge the world of these people.
Yeah.
What other post-apocalyptic movies did you enjoy watching?
It's weird, no? I mean, it's enjoyable because you're seeing it happen to other people. But now that we're closer to those futures,
it's scary.
It's not so entertaining anymore. It's like, I'm watching a documentary.
But I don't know. Another good post-apocalyptic movie. It was Snowpiercer.
Oh yes, I was about to bring that up.
Brilliant.
Too.
That was amazing.
One thing I love about post-apocalyptic films, or like some films in general, if they're especially complicated and if they make you question your views on things. Because when I watched Snowpiercer after the ending, I was pretty upset. I actually felt like I didn't like it. Well, it was brilliantly made, but then I didn't like the message because it was so extreme.
Right.
But you realize that this is just what the filmmaker wanted to say, that we really need a hard reset on everything. Like, fuck everyone. We're all going to die anyway. So we're all hopeless. It's like, I found that way too extreme because so many innocent people die in the process. But that's just how the filmmaker views it. And once you have that understanding of like where this person's coming from and how shitty the world is becoming, and you're slowly agreeing that like, yeah, fuck yeah, we need like, the world is so terrible that we really do need a hard reset. Like, some people are even saying that the next step into the world actually changing into a better place is a civil war of some sort. This is just like fictionized, but it's like a really good representation of like how classes are so divided these days, and how the rich people are getting away with so much shit, how the poor people are, the privilege, and how the poor are just basically getting shit and scraps from the rich people. So it's like, oh my God. It was very extreme. It was hard to swallow, but I found it really good. Like, I mean, Bong Joon-ho. I mean,
Bong Joon-ho,
the guy who just won an Oscar for Parasite, directed.
Right.
Yes, he deserved it.
What some people failed to realize is that Snowpiercer was produced by a Korean and Czech, I think, the Korean and a Czech outfit, like a co-production.
Right.
So a lot of people have a misconception that it's a Hollywood-made movie, but because it had Chris Evans as the lead actor. I didn't know
Tilda Swinton.
Fun fact though, Harvey Weinstein was a producer in it. And I don't know if you read this article, but one thing I loved about this little tidbit is just like how Bong Joon-ho was such an ass to Harvey Weinstein. And I love it.
I think Weinstein had it coming.
Good job.
I mean, yes. Yes, man, I stan you for this because they clashed over a lot of things, especially the editing. So Harvey Weinstein and Bong Joon-ho, he basically wanted to edit so much of Bong Joon-ho's original vision that they clashed a lot. And there was this one part with someone on the train gutting a fish, and Harvey Weinstein hated that scene and wanted it to be cut out. But Bong Joon-ho gave him like crocodile tears saying that, oh, I really want this in my film because my father was a fisherman and this means a lot to me.
Good job.
Later on he reveals like, I lied. My father's not a fisherman. I just wanted to like have that scene in the fucking movie.
Damn right.
And Harvey believed it. He was like, oh yeah, sure. Okay, we'll put that in. Family's important. Yada, yada, yada. It's like, fuck you.
That's awesome.
I lied.
No, but I like how Bong Joon-ho is one of those guys who will fight for his vision talaga.
Yeah.
Other than that, if he didn't do that, you wouldn't get these effective stories or these effective movies, which turned out to be so amazing, so great.
I'm sure it wouldn't be as thought-provoking. Like, of course, Harvey Weinstein being from Hollywood would probably have wanted it to be spoon-fed to the people. But of course, I'm sure Bong Joon-ho wanted that effect where like you see the credits rolling and you have so many thoughts in your head, like you're trying to process all of these feelings. I'm sure that's what he wanted. And of course,
he got
Harvey Weinstein would have wanted to water it down, but I'm glad he got
Harvey Weinstein. Eventually. It's funny, like you mentioned Harvey Weinstein, because I remembered like another one of those stories. This time it was Miyazaki when because like the Weinstein Company distributed some of the early
Studio Ghibli
releases in the States, right? And when they sent in Mononoke Hime, Princess Mononoke, for Weinstein to approve or whatever. And Miyazaki swears that it wasn't him, it was one of his producers. Along with the copy of the film, they sent a freaking samurai sword along with a note that said no cuts.
I love it.
That's even better.
That's so badass. That's so
even
badass.
Better.
I love that. I love that. Fuck you, Weinstein. Fuck you. I'm glad you got coronavirus.
Did he?
It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
I think so. In jail, I remember reading about it. He got it in jail. So it's like, haha. It's like, I'm not saying he deserved it, but God's timing is always right. Get him, Miss Rona. Get him. Anyway, back to Snowpiercer. But yeah, Snowpiercer was amazing. I really hated it at first because it was too extreme.
Yeah.
I heard it was bad. I
haven't tried watching the TV show just because of the movie was so amazing.
But
exactly.
It's got Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah,
it's like you don't want to ruin your image of this beautiful movie.
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
like,
this sounds familiar.
That
sounds familiar to me because I actually have a confession to you guys. Like, because after that whole love fest of the Lord of the Rings and stuff, I have actually considered watching it again because I honestly have not seen those movies since they came out in the theaters.
Oh,
Misha. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Don't judge me.
No. You have been judged.
What? No, you can't judge me. I was honest. Honesty should be rewarded.
Fine. But
I swear on my dog's life, that is a big deal. That is a big deal. That if you watch the extended cuts or just rewatch the normal theatrical cuts, you will just see so many new details. And no matter how old that movie is, it's still good.
It's still so good.
Oh, we can save this for another episode.
We will. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I have so much to say. I have so much to say.
I know you're judging me now, but yeah, I'm sorry.
We spent so much of the trilogy episode talking about Lord of the Rings, and that wasn't even enough. So we're probably just gonna move this conversation to another episode.
But that just proves how good it was because you've only seen each one once, and you still remember so many things about it.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Snowpiercer.
Back to Snowpiercer. But Jennifer Connelly's in the TV show.
I heard it was bad, so I didn't give it a chance.
I don't know. It's just, if you've seen the original, I don't know. It's just going to be hard. It's another topic altogether about remakes and, or I don't know, reboots. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, we can do it. We can do an episode on that.
But I don't know. It's
I guess Hollywood was just hopping on the Bong Joon-ho train.
Look at you.
They should just do screenings of the original.
Yeah. I mean, it was...
Hollywood's not everything, though, but there's a lot of good movies outside of Hollywood.
That is true.
Yeah.
Except
can you imagine if it...
I'm having trouble trying to think of a post-apocalyptic movie that wasn't made in Hollywood or in Australia.
28 Days. Max's
case.
28 Days.
Oh, yeah.
No, Mad Max.
Yeah, but again, they speak English. Let's lump them together. They lump all of us Asians together. Let's lump all them English-speaking countries together.
Train to Busan.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Train to Busan was amazing.
So good. Yes, it was.
Actually, Koreans are really good at, besides of course the K-dramas, which really pull at people's heartstrings. They're so good at these zombie apocalypse worlds. They have Train to Busan. Kingdom was amazing. It's a series, but it was
good. The only thing I hate about Kingdom is that it's just 6 episodes a season. That's the only thing I hate about Kingdom.
I feel you.
Now we have to wait another year.
It was the first thing I watched when we went on lockdown, and it was so cathartic, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
That was cathartic?
Yes. Because I was so frustrated at government people, how they're handling it and everything. So it's like,
you had that coming.
No. And then post-apocalyptic movies are basically what would portray what people would be like, or the extremes of what people would be like in extreme cases. Talaga. I don't know. Remember that one guy who is now a meme? That one guy in Train to Busan who didn't want to let any of the people inside the train. He was
the asshole.
So it's now, he's now a meme. So parang somebody, I think I remember seeing somebody post, remember this guy we all hated in this movie. Now do you understand why this character exists? Or in every post-apocalyptic movie or any zombie movie or disaster movie, a character like that exists.
There's always this one asshole who fucks it up for everyone.
That it turns out that we could be that asshole. Because I found myself saying a lot of things. So why don't we just blah, 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 blah. It's just basic human reaction out of fear or paranoia.
These extreme situations really bring out the best and worst in people. So I guess that's what we love about post-apocalyptic movies, that you do see all these sides. Of course, there are these people or, obstacles that get in the way. But at the end, there's always hope, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There is. There has to be.
Do you know what... sorry. I have one other post-apocalyptic movie, which is a Hollywood movie, by the way, that was pretty mediocre the whole time, except for when they revealed the end.
Go for it.
It was Book of Eli.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So everything... Denzel. What a beautiful chocolate man. White chicks. White chicks.
Hey,
White
that's
chicks.
true.
Anyway.
My mom, side note, my mom has a huge crush on Denzel Washington.
Oh my God. Well,
She
I thought
does.
you were going to say
He
the
is.
Bible.
And my aunt says he has this house in Delaware, and we were in my tita's house in Delaware.
Okay.
And my tita said like, oh, he lives around the area. And my mom was like, she really wanted to go around the neighborhood to look for which house it was. It's like, Mom, Delaware is huge. But she's like, no, I want to see Denzel. Okay, never mind. And then, moving on.
Yeah. But Book of Eli...
You should show your mom this movie where he's literally the only dude on earth who can read the Bible.
No, wait.
Oh yeah.
That's
totally
the twist.
recommend this.
That was the twist. Like, that was the best thing about
I'm
it.
sorry.
Like, everything, the whole thing, the whole movie was just meh. It's like, okay,
Yes,
cool.
it
This
was.
guy can kick ass. This guy can kick ass.
But there was no point to it.
He's protecting this book. Like, you don't know what that book is, right? Until he goes into this town with Gary Oldman, who was running it, and this guy was like an asshole. You do things my way, or I kill you. And then he just wants the book. And then he realizes, and you realize the audience realizes, the audiences are revealed to. Wait, sorry, I'm gonna rephrase that whole thing. And then the film reveals to the audience watching the movie, that Denzel is actually blind and he memorized the entire Bible. I think that was the biggest twist, which turned that mediocre movie into something so amazing.
Wait, he memorized the Bible, or the book he was protecting was Braille?
No, I think he gave the book.
I legit do not remember.
In order for him to get to Alcatraz, which was where I think all the priests were who kept records, he needed to give Gary Oldman the book. I think he had to do that. I have to watch it again. I think he did that to save himself.
Giving Gary Oldman the book, ladies and gentlemen.
I think he had to do that to save himself and the girl he was protecting, or just save himself to get to Alcatraz. He had to give up the book to Gary Oldman. So when he gets the book, he couldn't understand it because it was in Braille. But he memorized the entire Bible.
See, so he did. So he was the only one who could read the Bible.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy.
Essentially.
Oh, wow. This is a movie I really have to introduce to my mom. Denzel Washington plus Bible is
post-apocalyptic future where he has to protect someone and kicks a lot of ass to protect the Bible.
I don't think she'll be so fond of that kicking ass part because she doesn't like violence, but I think the Denzel and Bible would be enough. Hi, Mom. Doubt she listens to this because I swear too much and she hates it.
Okay, so here's where everything comes together, right? Because I am one of 8 people left on the planet who still collect home video, right? So I have the special edition of Book of Eli, and it comes in this package that is
what
3
package?
inches thick. 3 inches. Oh, God. I'm going to stop right there. Wait.
3-inch package. Yes, that's all that's processing in my brain right now.
Okay.
3-inch package.
It comes in a book-shaped package. It's 3 inches thick, right? So I'm like, why is this thing so heavy? And when you open this book, right, half of the package is the DVD itself, the with a regular DVD case on one side of it, and on the other side,
it's a smaller package.
No, they'd actually.
It's a package that's wrapped for safety.
It's a Bible.
We're terrible people.
Plot twist.
My God.
My DVD came with a Bible.
Plot twist.
I honestly don't know if this special edition came out anywhere else other than the Philippines, but I think it's
Braille?
funny.
Was it
No,
Braille?
it's a real Bible.
Oh,
They really stuck a Bible in my movie box.
Would have been cool if it were in Braille, though.
But the fight scenes in that movie were good, though.
They were good, but again, because you don't know what's going on for 90% of the movie, it just feels kind of pointless. It's a lot of cool stuff, but you don't know why it's happening.
That's why I said
It's
the movie was so mediocre, but until that ending, that ending actually makes a case for the movie being good. Just because of that ending.
Really? I thought the ending made a case for it to being meh. Because like that's it. That's kind of preachy.
I feel like at some point in the middle, it still has to like give you some sort of clarity to keep you watching. Because some people could just like, if this is on Netflix, they could pause it or watch something else. If this was a DVD, they could just like stop it or walk out of the movie theater. So I feel like it really should have this element that really pulls you in. It doesn't have to wait till the ending.
Yeah, that's what the movie lacked. That's what the movie lacked.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching this movie out on a date with someone, and I
Not
realized...
your wife?
No, this movie was old, okay? So I remember thinking, I remember falling asleep while watching the movie. And then waking up before the ending, I was like, oh shit, sayang pera ko. I paid for 2 people pa. Buti na lang it wasn't during present times, because a movie ticket's like $500. Like back then it was like $250. Saying sayang pera ko on a student budget, sayang pera ko dito. And then the ending happened. I was like, oh, not bad.
If I remember right, because like for the bulk of the movie, they make a big deal out of the book. You don't know what it is. They just keep hyping it up that this is gonna bring humanity back. Bring civilization back to humanity.
Yeah, so, I see your point.
So that you don't know if it's a science book or a book about, I don't know, law or something. But
books about bananas. Bananas bring people together. Sorry.
Anjo is a minion, Mai. I think you should know this now.
I think I've kind of like suspected that before we started recording when he did that song flawlessly.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
For anyone out there who's listening right now, if you're still with us, Anjo was singing the Banana song of the Minions very well before we started recording.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing it now. People actually have to pay me to do that.
All night.
Oh, God. I would actually join you if our internet wasn't so shitty and it would probably not sync. But anyway.
Hey, we were doing it well a while ago. Okay.
Anyway, where were we?
Book of Eli. I mean, like, just the ending that they reveal that the book that's going to save the world is literally the Bible. It just felt kind of preachy.
No, it was preachy.
It felt like those things on the Bible channel. And, you paid to see Denzel kick butt. You didn't pay to see, a homily.
I mean, like, not trying not to sound preachy or anything, but I think trying to analyze it, parang it didn't have to be the Bible, but it probably shows how religion could be something that can be used to somehow bring people together or somehow structure a society.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's why. I think that's why.
Valid.
I think that's why. I think that's why. I think it may be the reason they chose that. I mean, it may be the reason why this movie was made, is to send out that message. Pero kasi like America's predominantly Christian, so I guess they chose Bible because Hollywood. Right?
I don't know. I mean, again, I just thought that
it didn't have to be the Bible, but I don't know. You probably chose the Bible.
Fine. The Bible's fine. It's just the way they did it and the way they presented it. It just felt like a Saturday morning cartoon with a moral at the end.
Super book.
It was a hard sell. That's what I'm going for, and it just didn't work for me.
I see your point. It kind of like I see your point.
It felt cheap the way they did it. They set it up, and
I think it was a cop out.
It was.
It was a cop out.
Honestly, it was a cop out. But then
it's fun to watch because like you got what's her name? You got Denzel, you got Gary Oldman, who's fun in anything.
Mm-hmm.
And
I loved him in The Professional.
Brilliant actor.
He
Love
is.
him in anything, actually.
He's basically a bad guy whenever his name is not Sirius Black or Commissioner Gordon.
True. But he's a good actor though.
I love him.
He's filed under the, I want him to be like a cool uncle or cool tito.
Oh. He'll be like, what? Anjo, why do you keep looking at that black wolf outside the window? That's just my uncle.
That's my godfather.
Harry!
But in any case, guys, I just want you to know this. Me and my way too many DVDs and Blu-rays, including the one with the Bible in the box.
Yeah.
They will all be happily waiting at my house when the inevitable apocalypse happens and there's no more streaming entertainment. And then it'll suddenly make sense to you why I bought all these stupid things.
Or besides the fact that you're ancient.
Oh yeah, that's true. No movies for you when the inevitable apocalypse happens.
Can I still rent out? Can I still rent
you
out your
love
DVDs?
me too much.
Yes, you can.
Yahoo!
You guys.
So there, our favorite post-apocalyptic movies. Hoping that, that we never get to see an actual post-apocalyptic scenario in the real world. I don't know.
I think we can try avoiding an actual apocalypse first.
Yeah, or maybe it's a good idea to rewatch these or like just watch your favorite post-apocalyptic movies to basically prepare yourself for the inevitable future.
Oh, you should watch Zombieland. They have good pointers.
Oh yeah, they literally have pointers in Zombieland, like literal rules.
I actually have a suggestion. What if we all just practice being nice to each other now instead of like waiting for an apocalypse to teach us the hard way? I don't want to fight cannibals for gas.
I don't want to get fat.
What the actual hell? But yes.
Zombieland, dude. Zombieland. That's what it was.
Ang grabe yung priorities na. I don't want to get fat and live in space. I'd rather fight zombies. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't want to fight
On
zombies.
the other hand, if you're running away from zombies, depends. Are they the running kind or the shuffling kind?
I don't know, because in zombie, I don't know. Like if I see, I don't know. If it's the running kind, yeah, we'd all be screwed.
But if they were just like the meandering, like dragging,
shuffling ones.
I know, right?
The George A. Romero zombies.
Dude, I got tired just watching World War Z.
Oh God, yeah.
I think that is the most stressful one.
Ooh, that was so stressful.
Especially in Israel, the Israel scene.
Yes, and it was their fault for praising God. Hollywood's not subtle.
Yeah.
White people. But anyways, in any case, let us know in the comments how you guys think the world will end and what kind of a post-apocalypse that we can look forward to. Also, I guess you could share your favorite post-apocalyptic movies, but
let us know if you have any movies you think we haven't seen. Let us know. Write that down in the comments.
Or any good post-apocalyptic films that could, possibly prepare us for the inevitable bleak future.
Dun, dun, dun.
Until then, well, we are the Sub-Auteurs. I'm Misha.
I'm Anjo.
And I'm MJ.
Hooray!
Bye!
Be nice, everyone. Going back to what Misha said, be nice.
Sub-Auteurs is a movie review podcast by a DJ, a writer, and a filmmaker. Sub-Auteurs is produced, recorded, and distributed by Big Baby Studios.
I have a stupid question. Are there any rom-com set after the apocalypse?
Warm
Bodies.
Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies.
Oh, that's a good one. I love that movie.
It's so stupid. It doesn't make sense, but it was so fun.
It was
surprisingly not bad. I'm not kidding. Surprisingly.
It wasn't as bad as
They
Twilight.
have succeeded where Twilight has failed.
That's right.
It wasn't as bad as Twilight, but it was still stupid.
Ooh.
I know.
I just naalala ko lang, di ba? You watched Twilight in Tagalog. Tapos, I just remembered a line in English. Sabi ko, tama ba yung translation nito sa Tagalog? Kasi di ba, when Edward smells... when Jacob's... Oh, wait, never mind. Parang mali.
When Edward smells Jacob? I think you're watching a different movie.
Sinasabi parang... parang something basang aso or something. wait. Pax, what was the line? Ayun, sabi ni Edward, you smell like a wet dog. So obviously, in the Tagalog version, amoy basang
aso ka.
Oh, parang ganun. I wonder how that would have translated. That would have been funny.